chance to wrestle Dave Brown right along ringside. And by golly, here's another one all week long. We've been looking forward to this variety show that we've got today. Championship matches, the whole bunch.
We begin with a championship match, as a matter of fact. A TV title match. Dutch Mantell will be in here defending his TV title against Vinny Romeo. Then we will have Mr. Onita and Masafuchi, the Japanese team, against Roy Rogers and Ron Sexton. It'll be a handicap match. Pat Hutchinson and David Price going against the Dream Machine. And that's not all. A mixed man's and ladies match for the expiration of time match today. David Oswald and Wendy Richter on one side of the ring. On the other side, it'll be Susan Ferreira and Bill Superstar Dundee.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing for a fact. There's a bunch of it today, and we got plenty of it. Here's a chance when a young guy like Vinny Romeo can make history for himself and really set him up. He's got tough work out for him. Dutch Mantell, TV champion, going to be defending that title. The mixed man and ladies match. Plus, we're going to take a few minutes out right now, and then we're coming back and have a special conversation with Jerry the King Lawler. Whoop. We're going to be back to Dave in the studio on Championship Wrestling in just a moment for our TV championship match. Right now, I'd like to take a moment just to do a Championship Wrestling personality profile. And the profile that we're interested in talking about right now is one of the most awesome of all of the professional wrestlers, Jerry Blackwell, better known as the Crusher. He comes out of Georgia. He weighs in at 468 pounds. Look.
A.C. Patterson definitely in trouble now. Snap toss. Catches him. Close rope. Clothesline. Here comes Blackwell. With the elbow. A.C. Patterson is taking the lumps right now. Blackwell is up. There it is. That should about do it, Charlie. There it is.
Can you believe the power wrapped into one man, Jerry Crusher Blackwell? Our personality profile today. I think one of the things of note is the fact that among the friends numbered by Jerry Blackwell is Terry Funk. Terry Funk has made great commitments about what his friends will do to those who abuse the Funk name or either one of the Funks. And Crusher Blackwell is one of the guys that Funk refers to. I almost hesitate to refer to the Terry Funk story, but it is a story of professional wrestling, and it's one that can't be overlooked. Crusher Blackwell has been interjected into that story by Terry Funk. Just to bring you up to date on Crusher Blackwell's accomplishments, at least in terms of the number of people that he has been able to face and put out of the wrestling business, it is a pretty disgusting amount, as a matter of fact. Blackwell is the type of individual, as you'll see. We've got some videotape that I want you to take a look at this guy. It's the type of individual who seems to take great pride in using that mammoth strength and size that he has in order to disable wrestlers. Now, Blackwell has the ability not only to exercise tremendous strength, but for a guy of his size, right at 468 pounds, he has tremendous mobility. We've got Jerry Blackwell, the Crusher, in several matches. And we'd like for you to take a look right now to see just what this awesome individual can do when he gets in an official match and he exercises all of the options that he has. Here, at greater length, is Crusher Blackwell in action.
in that turnbuckle, and A.C. Patterson coming on strong, Al Roberts, against the big man from Georgia. Wow. Patterson just tossed Blackwell into the turnbuckle, and the whole ring just moved about 6 inches. Uh-oh. He got him mad. Jerry the Crusher is mad as a headbutt. A.C. Patterson definitely in trouble now. Snap toss. Catches him. Close rope. Clothesline. Here comes Blackwell with the elbow. A.C. Patterson is taking the lumps right now. Blackwell is up. There it is. That should about do it, Charlie. There it is. 450-pound Jerry the Crusher Blackwell coming down hard. And that's it. That is it.
Crusher Blackwell, who started out as a roughneck out of Georgia and has polished the wrestling skills that you just saw. You notice a variety of things that he can use to finish an opponent with. He has an absolutely unbelievable leg drop when his body can come down behind it. He also uses the spear, much like Sonny King, and he uses it in many fashions. But in addition to that, Crusher Blackwell has tremendous power in his arms. He has the ability to break a man's arm if he chooses to, and on several occasions he has chosen to. You will see that Crusher Blackwell has great hand strength, so that it enables him to use not only the pressure holds on the side, but all the other variety of holds that can be used in professional wrestling. Right now, let's take a look at a demonstration of sheer strength and determination by Crusher Blackwell.
Fans, I've been impressed with many feats of strength in the past. Jerry Blackwell, the big Georgian at 468 pounds, has got one in mind.
Well, you know, sometimes you might get somebody's finger and you might want to bend it a little, like this bolt right here. But usually, if I get somebody's finger and I want to bend it a little bit, I can do more than just bend it. I can usually just break it, and you take the bolt like this right here, and then you just bend it. And you make your little bitty horseshoe.
Oh, for crying out loud, Jerry
and
Blackwell.
you hang it around their necks. So you see this? I'm going to start breaking fingers, arms, and anything I can get a hold of. I can bend the bolts and I can bend the bars, and I know I can snap your little bones.
No tricks of the camera, just all Blackwell. Yes, sir, he can drive a spike with his head. He can bend bolts and many, many other things. All involved in our personality profile on Jerry Crusher Blackwell today. This guy is a complete, absolute menace to anybody that he faces in the professional wrestling business. Jerry Crusher Blackwell, friend of Terry Funk's. And I'll tell you what, you'll have an opportunity, I am sure, to see Crusher Blackwell in action at one time or another. We hope maybe that this has been an interesting insight on what is at least an interesting individual. Right now, let's go back to Dave. We're going to be ready for that championship match in just a moment. Back to Channel 3's Championship Wrestling action coming up here in just a moment. A few towns I want to remind you folks about. Friday, May the 8th, Springfield, Kentucky. Remember, $1 off on the advance tickets. Then on Sunday, May the 10th, it's going to be action at Campbellsville, Kentucky, Taylor County High School Gym. Wednesday, May the 13th, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Thursday, May the 14th at Huntingburg, Indiana. Huntingburg, Indiana. That's on Thursday, May the 14th. Okay, how about Tuesday night in Louisville Gardens? Son of a gun. What a great card. We'll give you all of that a little bit later. I do want to remind you a six-man tag match that'll have Bill Dundee, the Dream Machine, Dutch Mantell, going against the Japanese team of Mr. Onita, of Masafuchi and Tojo Yamamoto. And then finally, the big main event is going to be Jerry the King Lawler going against Crusher Blackwell. We'll have more about that a little bit later on. All right, I want to get Tojo Yamamoto in here. The 3 Ds, Dundee, Dream, and Dutch, will be facing this impressive Japanese team.
Well, Mr. Lance Russell, my boys already had defeated Bill Dundee, the Septic Tank, Dream Machine, and Dutch Mantell. The 3 of them is already the loser. What more they want from us? We already beat them, and we beat them really bad. Anta no, 私らもう3人も勝ったでしょ? Yes. ね、言って。
We beat
three-guy wrestler already.
Well, of course.
Eat it. You're a very, very mistake. You be careful.
Obviously, what they want, Jojo, is they want you in the ring where they can keep an eye on you. Now, you're going to be in there with Onita and Fuchi. Yamamoto will be in the ring. They'll know what to expect out of you, and they can keep an eye on it. Because
Well, I tell you what, my boy said they're going to drop a bomb on them.
Okay, well, if you hear it from Tojo Yamamoto representing Mr. Onita and Mr. Fuchi, you'll see that action Tuesday night at the Louisville Garden. That's going to be just one of a great, great series of bouts. You make your plans to be there.
We're ready to go with our TV title match. Introducing the challenger from Florida State University, 228 pounds. On the left of the screen, Vinny Romeo. And going against him, at 224 pounds from Oil Trough, Texas, the current TV champion, Dutch Mantell. This match will be one fall, 30-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Dutchman took the title from Coco Ware in a tough battle. Bell time, and we're off and running with his TV championship.
Vinny Romeo, young wrestler, good collegiate background, still wrestles out of Florida State University. Against the veteran Dutch Mantell. The Dutchman put Romeo down on the mat. You know, I'm reminded of Coco Ware, who won the TV championship in a kind of a, not a battle royal, but an elimination tournament, and an unexpected winner there. He was a young guy at the time, and Vinny Romeo, I'm sure, is having the same thought. He would like to take the Dutchman and walk away with the TV title today.
Well, you know, it's always that case, Dave, that lightning can strike. And, of course, that's what Vinny's thinking. Dutch, of course, with a great deal more experience against some of the top talent in the entire nation. And he is obviously the heavy favorite in this. But Vinny Romeo is saying, boy, it could happen, and this could be the stepping stone.
Dutchman working on Romeo's left arm right now. He's got a bar on it, putting a little pressure up there. Romeo pulled back the right hand, thought better on it. Dutchman grabbed the hair, pulled Romeo down to the mat. Referee Jerry Calhoun right there, calls for a break. We're a minute and a half into the action.
Speaking about Vinny being out of Florida State, Vinny said to me, will you stop that Florida State stuff? I said, hey, that's where you were. He says, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. That's in the past. This is the present.
Oh.
He's Brooklyn, New York.
He's now Brooklyn, all right. Well, apparently he was emphasizing to you just as strongly as he was emphasizing to us a couple of weeks ago that he had to be introduced from Florida State.
Yeah.
So he's changed his mind, I guess. Brooklyn, New York, Vinny Romeo.
Mantell in a great position right there. His legs are spread wide. Vinny'd have a hard time taking him out of that. He's got a great bar, hand right on that shoulder to put the pressure. Vinny trying to take him back. No such luck.
Vinny, trying to get up on one foot, but that's about all he can do. Ooh, Dutchman hammers him back down. Look at the Dutchman work that arm. Just a little twist here and there on it. Just keeping that pressure tight. Romeo fired a forearm. Dutch Mantell fires out of the corner.
He nailed Dutch in a corner. He forgot that they don't call him Dirty Dutch for nothing, boy. He can get as mean as anybody when he wants to.
Dutch Mantell drops into the mat. Head scissors by the Dutchman.
Plus a wrist lock. He's got it all.
Yeah, he's double hold on him. Over in the ropes, referee Jerry Calhoun wants all the holds broken. Everybody back away to the center of the ring. Whoa, Romeo started to back away, and then he came in there with a right hand. Dutch Mantell answered in kind. Mantell pounded him with that forearm. Romeo out of the ring, down on the floor. There's Dutch Mantell stalking around the ring. Current holder of the TV championship, defending today against the young Vinny Romeo from Brooklyn, New York.
There you go.
Romeo back into the ring. He may wish he wasn't there. The Dutchman nailed him with that right hand. Again.
We've made mention several occasions about Dutch. He's very quick in the ring, as a matter of fact. He can really get it around, and Romeo will find that out.
Dutchman quick with the right hand.
I believe his temper's getting a little worked up in there. Romeo pounds him on the ropes. Look at him go.
Back in the corner. Romeo had him pinned back in that corner, and he was working on him. Cross away, Romeo in with a shoulder, driving Dutch into the turnbuckles. Mantell, buggy whipped across the ring. Got the bottom of the foot to the top of the foot. Caught Vinny Romeo as Dutch came off the ropes.
Referee Jerry Calhoun chastising Dutch about the hair and the fist and all, and Dutch just looks at him. Oh,
clothesline.
This could be it.
Dutchman drops with the upper arm. 1, 2, 3. 5 minutes, 4 seconds, and Dutch Mantell has just defended his TV championship.
You see Dutch give him a little lecture at the end of it right there for nailing him over there, and I guess Dutch felt like he started it. So, the official winner of the TV championship and still the champion, Dutch Mantell.
One fall, 15-minute time limit, introducing at a total weight of 437 pounds. On the right of your screen, from Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers, and from Knoxville, Tennessee, Ron Sexton. Going against him, total weight of 468 pounds, from Nagasaki, Mr. Onita, and from Hiroshima, Masafuchi. Their manager, Tojo Yamamoto. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Well, let me tell you, in case you hadn't guessed it, this is a tough Japanese team of Fuchi and Onita. Tojo, of course, just makes it that much more formidable. It'll be Ron Sexton starting out against Masafuchi. Knoxville meets Hiroshima. Sexton. A couple arm drags takes Fuchi over. Fuchi a little taller. Onita, the stockier of the two Japanese wrestlers. Ron Sexton, Roy Rogers, going against Onita and Fuchi, Championship Wrestling. Lance Russell and Dave Brown bringing you the action as it happens right at ringside. There's a tag out to Onita. Ron Sexton locks it up, goes underneath. Onita taking a pounding on his shoulder. Sexton tightens up his hold on that arm. Onita went to one knee and is back up in the center of the ring. Yamamoto sitting at ringside with the Japanese flag rolled up and his whatever. I've been meaning to find out what that stick is, Dave. They told me it's used in a form of combat. I don't mean deadly combat, but I'm going to say a game, but it's no game because they really whack each other with that stick. And Tojo, he knows how to whack with it, too.
Yeah.
Sexton takes a foot from Fuchi. Don't forget, we got a big handicap match coming up. The Dream Machine will be going against two men. And then in our final event, expiration of time, mixed guy-gal match, the Superstar and Suzette Ferrera will be going against David Oswald and Wendy Richter. All of that coming up. Chinlock by Fuchi. Man, nice.
Good move by Sexton.
Yes, sir. Double leg pitched him right on his face, and Sexton going over to make a tag on Roy Rogers. Here comes the youngster out of Nashville. Mares Fuchi over. Kick out.
Sexton and Rogers, both young guys that show a lot of promise for the future. What they've got to do here is find a mistake by the Japanese team, and this Japanese team doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Not too many, I'll tell you. You almost have to have enough experience, size, and so forth to force them into something because they don't make too many. They're well-schooled.
We're 2 minutes, 50 seconds into the action.
Roy holding on to a head scissors on the mat. Onita looks like he's trying to pull that arm up behind in a hammerlock. He can't get it loose as Rogers tenaciously holds on, and he's still got it. Onita up, and I don't know what. Went to the eyes, I guess, Dave. I didn't see. Back up against the ropes, Mr. Onita with a chop as Pucci holds on to Rogers. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to separate them and does. Ron Sexton came over to help out, but the referee had gotten it under control, and Sexton backed out of the ring. Rogers takes a shot. Pressure hold, Onita going for the side of the neck, and the referee says it was a choke. I thought it was pressure.
He must have had the other hand wrapped around over there. 4 minutes gone.
4 minutes down, and in the ring now, Masafuchi. On either side of the neck, on the pressure point, Yamamoto saying, dig it, dig it, dig it, or whatever that is in Japanese. Double chop. Pucci tagged Onita. They're really coming in and out of that ring very nicely today, the Japanese are.
They've been able to keep Rogers in there a long time. Sexton was in for a couple of minutes, 2.5 minutes to begin the match, and now Rogers has been in there just about as long.
Wham! Rogers' head bounced off the top turnbuckle. Over in the corner, a tag on Ron Sexton. Yeah. Onita, Pucci, both go down. Sexton flying away, big broad arm, but from behind, Onita slows him down with a chop right at the base of the neck. And Pucci, a big shot. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be it. By golly, I'll tell you. Big battle by Sexton in there, but it took Onita from behind. Time, Davey?
Exactly 6 minutes. 6 minutes exactly.
6 minutes even, and the official winners, Masafuchi and Mr. Onita. Alrighty, back into Wave Country Championship Wrestling in the ring in just 1 moment. The entire card for Tuesday night, and boy, it is a dandy and a half, I'll tell you. Sonny King opens up against young Vinnie Romeo. Then it's going to be the bomber, Wayne Ferris, returning, and he will be facing Roy Rogers. Giant Plowboy Frazier will be in there against the Muscle Man, the Boston Battler, Kevin Sullivan, with Jimmy Hart at ringside. That's going to be an interesting one to see whether all those muscles can handle that 460 pounds worth of it. 6-man tag match. Onita, Pucci, Yamamoto against Dundee, the Dream, and Mantell. And then the final bout is going to be one that will really have some fireworks coming out both ends of it. And that's going to be in the Gardens when Jerry the King Lawler takes on 450-pound Crusher Blackwell. And, of course, Jimmy Hart, loving to see the big, strong Blackwell going against Lawler, will be right there at ringside. You want to be there, too. Don't miss it.
Match coming up, Dream Machine up in the ring, and his opponents stepping up to the ring apron right now. This will be a handicap match, introducing at a total weight of 394 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Pat Hutchinson and David Price. And going against them, 273 pounds, the Dream Machine. This match will be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, Calhoun in there giving last-minute instructions to David Price and Pat Hutchinson. The big Dream Machine, I'm not going to say he weighs as much as both of them, but boy, he's awful big and awful close to it. As the Dream comes out and David Price meets him head-on with Hutchinson outside, they'll work as a tag team. David, the heavier of the two in there, and they're going to find why this Dream Machine is such a tough block to go against with the arm, a big drag over and down. Dream and his particular brand of boogie as he puts his shoulder into David Price. Not going to be easy. I don't care if there are two of them working as a tag. There's a pass from David Price over to Pat Hutchinson and the Dream Machine facing Pat Hutchinson now. He got a considerable weight advantage on Pat. Backdrop, ooh. He almost turned him around 1.5 times in there, Dave. Hutchinson bounced hard off the mat. And the Dream, that man had walked that 32,000 miles of barbed wire fence. He's something.
He was walking with confidence across that ring right there after Pat Hutchinson. He nailed him with the right hand.
Pat nailed him with a broad arm. The Dream shook it off and popped right back. Up in the air. Body slam, and down goes Hutchinson. Oh, yeah, the big leg right in the center of Pat Hutchinson. He splashes him down. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Boy, it didn't take him long to head right over, grab a hold of David Price after he pinned Pat Hutchinson. It's all over, Dream. Dream Machine, man, he's feeling mean today, I'll tell you, as he nailed Hutchinson and Price over there. What was the official time on that one, Davey?
1 minute, 28 seconds, 1:28.
David Price, Pat Hutchinson having problems as they head back out after facing the fury of the Dream. And we've got more wrestling action. I'll tell you one thing we got coming up is that mixed lady man tag match. It's going to be Dundee and Ferreira against Oswald and Richter. All of that after we take time out for this.
When you go for a
Expiration of time match. This is going to be a mixed man's ladies match to the expiration of time. Introducing at a total weight of 388 pounds on the left of the screen from Jonesboro, Arkansas, David Oswald. His partner from Texas, Wendy Richter. And going against him at a total of 354 pounds from Hawaii, Suzette Ferreira. And from Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. This match to the expiration of time. The referee is Jerry Calhoun. Just about to get underway here. Mixed man's ladies tag team match. Now, when the girls are in the ring, when one girl gets a tag, the other one will go into the ring. And the same thing for the men. Instructions by referee Jerry Calhoun on the rules and regulations of the mixed tag team match. Let's see. Who's going to start? It's going to be Bill Dundee and David Oswald. And we are underway. Oswald. Down to the mat, went for a head scissors, couldn't set up on it. Bill Dundee quickly back on his feet. Back in the corner, whoa, Wendy Richter grabs Dundee from out on the apron. Double team by Richter and Oswald. Dundee. Pitching back to David Oswald. Dundee over to his corner. The words with his partner, Suzette Ferreira. Whoa! Oswald feet out from under him. And Bill Dundee will catch a cover, but Oswald has his feet wrapped around the bottom rope. So the count does not start. Bill back to the corner, makes the tag. And here comes Suzette Ferreira. Oswald nailed as he's on his way back across the ring. Suzette Ferreira, Wendy Richter. Wendy. Wendy has quite a size advantage on Suzette Ferreira. Suzette moves out of the way. Wendy Richter into the turnbuckle. Suzette falls to the shoulder. Reversal. Suzette goes into the rope. Richter going in too quick. Suzette on the middle rope. Oh, she dives, and Wendy Richter rolled out of the way. So both of them have missed on diving attempts. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Whoa, Suzette thrown through the ropes, down onto the floor. Dundee, body slamming Wendy Richter. He remembers early in the match how she nailed him from outside when he was wrestling Oswald. So he figures they're even about now. Take care of himself against anybody. He just proved to Wendy Richter that he's not going to behave as a lady. He will not treat her as such. Oswald and Dundee back in now. Oswald with forearm across the back. Wendy Richter again from outside. Interfering. Dundee fire the right hand. Oswald nails. Oswald makes the tag, and here comes Wendy Richter. Wendy challenging Dundee. Oh, wait a minute. Well, Dundee. Suzette started in. Dundee said, wait just a moment. Dundee just moving out of her way, letting her go by. Now he makes the tag, and here's Suzette Ferreira. We're 4 minutes into this action. 4 minutes. Mixed man's ladies tag team match. Been looking forward to it not only all day, but I guess a good part of the week. And so far, let me tell you, we haven't been disappointed. We have seen some action. Suzette goes down. She's still got the headlock on Wendy Richter. Wendy Richter using the forearm across the back. Suzette with the surfboard. Dundee walking in there. Planted a kiss on Wendy Richter. Oh, Wendy is not happy. Not happy at all. Dundee fires over the ropes. Referee Jerry Calhoun saying, hey, hold it. Back outside. Suzette Ferreira, Wendy Richter still in the ring. Wendy Richter with a leg drop. And Suzette on the mat. sits down on the left leg. Wendy Richter is still working on the left leg. Able to get her leg off the rope, heads for the corner, and the tag on Bill Dundee. 6 minutes, 30 seconds into the action. First ball of action in an expiration of time match. Oswald off the rope. Dundee backdrops him. And as Oswald struggled back to his feet, Dundee was right there to put him in a headlock. Dundee presses him down. There's one, but Oswald able to break it at the count of one. Seven minutes gone. 7 minutes gone. Dundee puts Mr. Oswald's fingers down, and that stops him with his boot. Oswald hanging back in the corner. Dundee fires him into the rope. Both of them using the rope. Dundee holds on. He's watching, cheering him on, and whoa, unloads on him. Dundee with a cover, one. Count of one again is all he gets. Wendy Richter jumps in here and starts pounding away at Bill Dundee. Distracted Dundee, and boy, Oswald really nailed him with a couple of right hands. Got a 1, 2. Dundee breaks it at the 2 count. Boy, looked for a minute like Oswald might have had himself an upset pin on Bill Dundee. Dundee fires Oswald into the turnbuckles. Dundee makes a mistake. Oswald had moved as Dundee went in there after him. Oswald drops with the upper arm. Count of 1, 2. Dundee just barely able to get the left shoulder up at the count of 2. Crowd, you can tell, behind the superstar. Oh, what a move. He puts Oswald down on the mat. Referee Jerry Calhoun stepped in between them briefly there. Now Bill Dundee, round behind. Full Nelson on David Oswald. Takes him over to the corner. And Suzette Ferreira nails him. They figure that's get even time from what Wendy Richter did to Dundee over the corner. Oswald makes the tag. Bill Dundee has Suzette Ferreira in there. So it's Suzette, Wendy Richter, Suzette. Couple of good drop kicks. Suzette flips Wendy Richter off the ropes. Another flip by Suzette Ferreira. Ten minutes gone. 10 minutes into the action. Little hair pulling by Wendy Richter. Just past the 10-minute mark.
Get back, get back.
There's a cover by Wendy Richter. Oh, Bill Dundee breaks that one up. He's right there. Body slam by Wendy Richter. Oh, Suzette. That move. Tag. Here comes Bill Dundee. He had Wendy Richter. Of course, she could get out of the ring, and Oswald could get in there. Oswald. Dundee wants Wendy out of the ring before he and Oswald have contact. 11 minutes gone. A long first fall here at the expiration of time match. Bill Dundee has David Oswald on the mat. Suzette Ferreira and the crowd cheering Dundee on. The referee broke that one up. I don't know exactly what the ruling was on it, but Oswald wanted him to declare him the winner. He did not do that. Dundee round behind Oswald. Gets him off his feet, drops him to the mat. Oswald wraps both feet around that bottom rope to get the hold broken. Wendy Richter right there. Dundee didn't hit her, but I think he wanted to pretty bad. Dundee, Oswald, both down on the mat. Dundee with a right hand. Oswald reverses, but Dundee takes himself, presses Oswald to the mat. 1, 2, 3, it's all over. That's it. First fall goes to Bill Dundee, Suzette Ferreira. We're going to check our time. We'll be right back with you in just a moment.
Still action to come, and by golly, you'll see it all right here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Tuesday night, you're going to see it, too. Yeah, it's all made, signed, sealed, and delivered. Louisville Gardens, Jerry the King Lawler faces Crusher Blackwell with Jimmy Hart at ringside in there. Jerry, I know that you faced a lot of big ones, a lot of strong ones, but by golly, I'll tell you, this guy's credentials scare you. They scare me, I'll put it that way.
Well, let me just say something. You know, I've been feeling sorry about what happened to Terry Funk's eye all week long. Well, for 2 weeks now. And I found out by looking at this card that what feeling sorry for Terry Funk is going to get me is hurt. So I'm through feeling sorry for you, Terry Funk. I hope somebody gets the message to you. You don't have to send these clowns in. You can just wait till that eye gets well and you can come on in. And if you got some business to handle with me, something you want to settle with me, well, you know where to find me. And I think you ought to be man enough to try to do it yourself. But no, you say you got friends. And one of them is Crusher Blackwell. And it's true, he's big and I'm sure he's mighty strong. Well, let me tell you something. I got friends, too, in Louisville, and I'm expecting several thousand of them to be in those seats in Louisville Gardens. And with them behind me, I'm going to show Crusher Blackwell the reason why they call me the king around here and the reason why I've maintained this reputation. Now, like I said, I'm sure he's strong, and I'm sure he's big, and I'm sure he's tough. But he's got one thing going against him, and that's that he knows that he's wrong because he's coming in here to try to do something to me for somebody else, for something I wasn't even responsible for. Terry Funk, I'm sure, got on the phone and told him that I gouged his eye with a stick. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. I didn't do that. The whole thing was an accident. Like I said, I felt sorry at first, but I'm through feeling sorry. So, Blackwell, I don't feel sorry for Funk anymore, and I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm going to give you a beating like I'm sure you've never had before.
And golly, I'll tell you one thing. That one is going to be worth seeing, you bet, when Jerry the King Lawler takes on this mammoth Crusher Blackwell. He is some kind of strong. You'll want to be there and see it Tuesday night.
Okay, we have checked the time, and unfortunately, we're not going to have quite enough time, I don't think, to get another fall going. It's one of those situations that by the time we got everybody in and got everything all settled down and get the bell rung, we would only have about 30, 45 seconds or so to have a match underway, so we are not going to have a second fall. First fall winners, Bill Dundee and Suzette Ferreira in wild action over David Oswald and Wendy Richter. So that's the way the match is going to go into the record books. It's going to go in as a win for Bill Dundee, Suzette Ferreira over David Oswald and Wendy Richter. The official time on that fall, by the way, was 12 minutes, 18 seconds. In other action today, in the opening match, it was Dutch Mantell, who was here defending his TV championship, his championship wrestling TV title, against young Vinny Romeo. Vinny Romeo out of Brooklyn, New York, as he emphasized to us today, challenging Dutch Mantell for the title, but it was Dutch Mantell successfully defending the TV championship, so he is still the champion, Dutch Mantell. Mr. Onita Masafuchi, the Japanese team with their manager Tojo Yamamoto, over Roy Rogers and Ron Sexton, We had mentioned during the match that Sexton and Rogers were going to have to force the Japanese team into making a mistake. They were not able to do that, and Onita and Masafuchi did win it in 6 minutes. Then it was the Dream Machine in a handicap match against Pat Hutchinson and David Price. Now, in this one, Hutchinson and Price had to use tag team rules, one man in the ring at the time, but they did have a partner they could go to get them out of trouble. But the Dream Machine beat them anyway in 1:28 seconds. And then, of course, there was the expiration of time match, which was just completed. And again, Bill Dundee, Suzette Ferreira were the winners over David Oswald and Wendy Richter in that match. And see Jimmy Hart making his way over to the table here. Jimmy, what is it? I thought we had everything pretty well settled earlier in the match, or in the program.
I'd just like to say this, Davey, to you, that something very, very special is fixing to happen to Mr. Jerry Lawler. You know, this is probably the happiest moment of my life. I'm a little sad, but I'm also a little happy, too, because, you see, not long ago, I brought Terry Funk in.
Yeah,
to help me
that's
do a little
very
job.
true. You did bring him in.
Right. A little job on Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler, I'm sure the people have already seen the tape, haven't they, of
Yes.
what he did. Lawler should be suspended from professional
Now,
wrestling.
wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. He should be fined. He should not be allowed to go into the ring after what he did to Terry Funk. He tried to put the man's eye out deliberately. You know it, and the people know it.
I saw the tape, and Jerry explained on the tape that it was Funk that had the stick, and he was just trying to kick it out of his hand, and Lawler did not have the stick. It was Funk who had that thing.
Of course, that's what he's going to say, and you know he doctored that tape up, man. You know how Lawler is. You know his reputation. Well, let me tell you something. The sad part was Terry Funk's eye is damaged permanently. That's the sad part. But the happy part is this. I've got somebody coming in to take care of you, Lawler, once and for all. And he's going to get even with you for what you did to Terry Funk. And his name is Crusher Blackwell. 469 pounds. You know the Crusher. You've heard of him. You've seen him in all the magazines around the world. Lawler, I can't wait. I want to be at ringside with this man, and I just can't wait for this. It's going to be the happiest day of my life. You're going to know exactly what Jimmy Hart felt every time I had to get in the ring against Lawler. What's Lawler, 270 pounds against my 155 pounds? Well, baby, now it's going to be the shoes on the other foot, brother, and I wouldn't be you for anything in the world.
Jimmy Lawler says he accepts it as another challenge that he's going to have to face, and I can bet that he will be there to face the challenge, no doubt about it.
Well, good, because we'll be there, Lawler. I'm just saying, get yourself in shape, man. Why don't you go out and get yourself a tan, because you definitely need one, brother.
Well, all right. That's enough, Jimmy. Let me just finish wrapping it up here.
Blackwell, baby. It's over, Lawler.
Let's get everything back together here, I hope. All right, we are out of time. Absolutely, no doubt about it right now. But we will be back with you next week. Lance will be back with us next week also at same time. So you be sure to be with us for more championship wrestling action next week at the same time. Till then, I'm Dave Brown. Bye-bye, everybody.